In the last class, we have discussed regarding the different types of incinerator. In that, we have seen multiple hearth furnace, then our conventional municipal incinerator, then your rotary kiln incinerator. Now, incineration process is nothing but the burning of waste at a higher temperature under a closed condition in presence of oxygen under with the with the controlled pressure. Okay. Now here when we are going to have the incineration is nothing but burning. When we burn, what will come? The soot particle will come. Okay, if you are going to burn any material, right, it is going to burn, and when it is going to be liberated, right, it is going to produce SPM stands for suspended particulate matter. Okay, we call that as SPM. Now this SPM, your suspended particulate matter, will be in terms of microns. Okay, now if these suspended particle, since it is in micron, if it is going to be formed with the, if it is going to be liberated to the atmosphere, the people who are living in the surrounding area will be facing many kind of health issues like asthma, then a breathing problem, then again they may have the tuberculosis, that is a TB, right? So the our main work is from your air pollution preventing equipment. Our main work is to eliminate this SPM. To the main work from your air pollution controlling equipment to remove this suspended particulate matter, or else it is going to cause different health related issues to the people who are going to live in surrounding to the incinerator system. So always, that is the reason why always I have told that your incinerator should be always, it is supported with the air pollution control equipments. So in order to remove these suspended particulate matter, we are going to use the air pollution preventing equipment in associated with your incinerator. So we are going to see what are the different types of your air pollution control equipments are there. One is gravity settling, second one is a cyclone, then we call it as a cyclone precipitator, then fabric filters, then scrubbers, then electrostatic precipitator. All these will be using some different concepts, like gravity settling will be using the gravitational force. Cyclone precipitator, here it will, we are going to maintain cyclonic, your cyclonic means the centrifugal force we are going to maintain in order to remove these suspended particulate matter. Then fabric filter, we are going to use the certain specific fabric in order to remove the suspended particulate matter. Okay, then scrubber, here we are going to use the water media in order to remove the suspended particulate matter. Here electrostatic precipitator, here we are going to use the electrical energy in order to remove these SPM. Okay, now first we are going to see, that is your gravity settling chamber, or we also call it as an gravity settler. The first air pollution control equipment that we are going to use in the incineration is your gravity settling chamber, or we also call it as a gravity settler. Now, as the name is indicating, it is a gravity settler. The suspended particle which is going to come from incineration, remember these air pollution preventing equipment, it is associated with incineration. It should be immediately, it is when the pollutants are coming from your incinerator, it should be immediately, it should be associated with these air pollution preventing equipment. Now in the gravity settler, as the name is suggesting, what is happening is the suspended particulate matter, they will be having the size of around 2.5 microns, 5 microns, 7.5 or 10 microns or more than that. Okay, now in this particular gravity settling chamber, what is happening is the particles, as the name is suggesting, the particles are going to settle by the gravity. That is the reason why we are going to call it as an gravity settling chamber. Here you can see the construction of these chambers. Here we are going to have the two hoppers along with the your rotating your operator here, it is there, valve is there. From this we are going to remove the settled particle. Here you can see there are two hoppers are collected. From here the dirty gas is going to enter. That means the suspended particulate matter which is going to come from incinerator, it will be entering into these particular gravity settling chamber here. Okay, now in the gravity settling chamber, it is one of the simplest and crudest of all air pollution device, and it is the cheapest to construct and operate and to maintain. See, hardly we are going to use one particular chamber along with the two hoppers and along with the controller. Okay, so here what we need to maintain is the, as in case of your water treatment, for sedimentation process we were using the gravitational force in order to remove the suspended particle which are present in water. Now here also we are going to use the same concept, right? Here what we are going to do is we are going to control the velocity of the suspended particle which are going to come from your incineration. Okay, so if we allow these suspended particle, right, they will be traveling when they are burnt, when some material is burnt in the incinerator, when they are going to come from these incinerator, when they are going to come, they will be traveling with some particular velocity. So here in the gravity settling chamber, what we are going to do is we are going to reduce the velocity of these suspended particles. If we are not going to control the velocity of the suspended particle as it is going to coming from the incinerator, if you are going to allow it as it is, since it is going to have the higher velocity, they may directly come out here. Okay, now in your gravity settling chamber, what we are going to do is here we are going to control the velocity of these suspended particles which are going to come from incineration. We are going to maintain the speed of these or the velocity of these suspended particles which are coming out from your incinerator. We are going to maintain the speed of around 0.5 to 2.5 meter per second. It may vary in between 0.5 to 2.5 meter per second. And in order to have the better efficiency, what we are going to do is we are going to maintain the speed of the suspended particles at around 0.3 meter per second. See, if we are allowing it as 0.3 meter per second, now what is happening? Since the velocity is reduced, the particle is going to get settled by its own weight. If we are not going to maintain the velocity, what would have happened? The particles may directly come out from here due to the higher velocity it is coming from the incinerator. So here we are going to reduce the velocity, and due to this reduction of velocity, the particle are going to settle down by its own weight. Here it is going to be get collected, and we want to open, or when we want to clean it, just we were opening these walls and we are going to clean it. And here, since the particles are getting settled down here, now here we are going to get the clean air. Okay, now we'll see what are the advantages that we are going to get from these particular gravity settling. Okay, it is having the low initial cost, simple to construct, and low maintenance, low pressure drop, dry and continuous disposal of solid waste, and then it can be constructed out of almost any material. The temperature and pressure limitations imposed by materials is very less. Okay, then the disadvantages, the large space requirement. Okay, one disadvantage it is going to have is it is going to use the large space, and only the comparatively larger the particles greater than or greater than equal to 10 microns, means the larger size particle only it is going to be removed from these gravity settling chambers. Okay, so this is regarding your gravity settling chambers. Now the next equipment, air pollution equipment, is your cyclone separator, or we can call it as a cyclone precipitator. Now as the name is suggesting, the cyclone, so whatever the impure gas which is going to come out from your incinerator, it will be inserted into your cyclone scrubber in the double vortex form. See, here you can see it is the shape of the air that is going to be entered into these cyclone scrubber. Here what we are going to do is in the last gravity settling chamber we used to reduce the velocity, but what we are going to do is here as it is going to enter into the cyclone scrubber or cyclone precipitator, what we are going to do is here we are going to increase the velocity when it is going to be collected at downside. Here the polluted gas is going to come inside your cyclone cyclone separator, and here it is going to form the centrifugal force, it is going to act. Now as it is the centrifugal force is going to act, now what is happening, the velocity as is increasing as it is going to float downside. Since due to the higher velocity, what is going to happen, the particle will get, and here it is having the hopper shape, we are going to have the inverted cone at the bottom. Here what is happening, the particle are going to get settled down due to its own weight at the bottom. Okay, here we are going to increase the velocity at downside and it is going to form the double vortex form, and then the particle will be concentrated over here and the particle will be getting settled down. And here we are going to, here the particles are removed, the heavier particles will be removed, and we are going to get the clean gas outside here. Okay, now here it is going to have the cylindrical cone collector at a downside, and it is going to have the tangential inlet. Here it is going to have the tangential inlet and it is going to have the hopper at the bottom. The gas is going to enter into the cyclonic motion or whirling motion. Since this centrifugal force is much more greater than the gravitational force, what is going to happen, the particle will get settled down here. Okay, so this is regarding your cyclone precipitator. Okay, now we are going to see what kind of problems we are going to face in case of your cyclone separator or cyclone precipitator. Okay, here what is happening is, since the particles which are going to enter into your cyclone separator, since the velocity is very higher, if any kind of hard particles, hard shaped particle, if it is going to enter into your cyclone precipitator, it is going to have the erosion. Okay, it is going to have the erosion problem is there if it is heavy hard shaped particles, if it is going to enter into your cyclone precipitator. Now corrosion. Now if any kind of the corrosive material, since the smoke, if the smoke is having any kind of a corrosive material, or say if moisture is going to enter into the cyclone scrubber or cyclone precipitator, what is going to happen, it is going to corrode. The next problem is the buildup, the dust. Since these dust particles are going to be very light, if they are going to have the suspended materials into it, right, these are going to have the buildup, means the suspended particle will have the building up of the suspended particle. Here it is going to build like this. So what is going to happen, again cleaning and all, again it is going to become problematic. Now what are the advantages of these cyclone? It is going to have the low initial cost. Okay, it is going to have low initial cost, simple in construction and operation, low pressure drop, and next it is going to have the low maintenance, and it has no moving parts. Okay, it is continuous disposal. Since the air is directly coming into here, directly it is going to be continuously, it can be kept in operation. Okay, they are constructed, this particular metal, they can be constructed with any of the material. Okay, non-reactive type of material, they are constructed with having it will reach the temperature and pressure. Okay, maintenance of those temperature and pressure will be easier in these kind of a cyclone separator. Now we'll see what are the disadvantages that we are going to have in this cyclone precipitator. Since we know that, okay, here we are going to use the velocity, here we are going to increase the velocity, very fine suspended particle, they may pass. Okay, they may get out from these particular cyclone precipitator, and it can only remove the particles below, or it cannot remove the particles below 5 to 10 microns. It can only remove the particles in between 5 to 10 microns. Okay, then the next is the equipment is subjected to severe abrasion deterioration, that it is going to have erosion, corrosion, and it is going to have the buildup, okay, buildup of fine suspended particles. So these kind of a problem it will be there. Next is decreasing collection efficiency for decreasing dispersal concentrated in the gas stream. So these are some of the disadvantage. It cannot remove the particle greater than your 5 to 10 microns, it cannot remove. Okay, below particles 5 to 10 microns it cannot remove. Equipment is subjected to severe abrasion and decreasing collection efficiency. Okay, these are some of the disadvantage that your cyclone separator is going to have. Now we'll see what are the different types of cyclones or cyclone separator are available. They have been divided depending upon their output rate. Now first we call it as high through output cyclones, second is conventional cyclones, third is high efficiency cyclones. In first, high through output is here it is going to have the large volume of air as input and with the low efficiency. Here we can give the huge amount of the polluted air can be inserted into these types of a cyclone precipitator, but with the low efficiency. Okay, next is the conventional cyclones are in between the high throughout and the high efficiency. They are moderate when it comes to the output. They are moderate with the output qualities. Now the multiple cyclones with the lesser diameter arranged in order to increase the efficiency. Now we are going to see this, how this is multiple cyclones with the lesser diameter are arranged. Now in order to have the greater efficiency, we are going to use the multiple cyclones. Here you can see the cyclone, various cyclones tubes are there. Here it is going to have the diameter of around 25 centimeter and it is going to have some length. So we are going to have the multiple cyclones like this. Here the impure gas which has to be cleaned, it is going to come out from here and then it is going to have the double vortex. Then it is going to suspend the settlable particles or suspend some of the suspended particles which are there due to the high velocity. They are going to get collected down here, and from here we are going to get the pure gas. As the particles, heavier particles are going to getting collected here, we are going to get the pure gas from here, from the other end. So this is regarding your cyclones. Okay, in the next class we will be studying regarding the fabric filter, then a scrubber, and then electrostatic precipitator.